Basket Brains, Disc Doors, and Frisbee Freaks. Emerald City Disc proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world. Kirby here, aka Darkwing Disc. Alongside of me, as always, is the Fairway Finder. This is
K.O. Disc Golf Show.
Welcome to episode 122 of the KO Disc Golf Show. 122 is the Mr. Mime episode. Today is August 9th, 2026. Today we're going to talk about She-Tac that happened this past weekend at She-Tac, the PNW Junior Disc Golf Championship. We're going to look ahead at Mountain View Championship 3 and the 360 Open at NAD, get into weather, a little bit of the Discmania breakdown, and so much more. But first, Ollie, how you doing, man? How's it going?
We're doing well. I had an unfortunate... I find myself just getting hurt a lot. I was on a boat celebrating my friends' girlfriend's birthdays, and I'm in the downstairs, it's like putting on my swimsuit or something, and then I look up and they're taking a group photo, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta go run up there. So I run up the stairs of the boat, and there's it's this big of a walkway, and there's a little metal thing sticking out, and I'm running, and so I just ran and my pinky into it. And I've bruised my toes pretty bad before, where I'm oh, I think I broke that. And then I was just fine. And this one is even look at it, I mean, yeah, it's purple and black, and I'm oh. So then
Are we about to get a little toe action on the show?
No toe action on the show. Most is me doing actually, there's a hit. Most is me doing the what is it? Hands or touching the hands to the ground, handstand or whatever.
Handstand.
Yeah, but so that kind of sucks. I don't know. It's not that bad. It's a little toe. I've been able to do everything. It's just kind of was throwing my balance off when I was oh, can I X step and do this? So I was able to play North Park pretty fine. It wasn't bad, and everything was going pretty okay. No pain, and where I'm it's gonna be fine. So even if it was probably so little or whatever, it might just be a bad bruise where I'm it's okay.
Yeah.
And but that was fun. Still did some jumping in afterwards in the water and hanging out, which was fun. And been going on some bike rides. Played dubs yesterday at North Park, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been good.
Nice. Yeah, how's dubs? What's the score to win dubs at North Park usually?
Yeah,
14?
It can be 13, 12, 10, anywhere around that, depending on the day and the partners, I guess. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, usually dubs, I mean, it's always a pretty hot round, you expect, but I'm always curious, because North Park's got some tricky lines and tricky holes that I feel not a lot of people get.
Yeah, you can't bogey, which is comes up on 14 very quickly, if you just don't get off a good drive, or if you don't have a good second shot after that. So it's about not bogeying there, so you... And then, yeah, just being able to get some of the harder ones, I guess, It's definitely, it's looking good right now. They have, got the grass cut down on a lot of parts, and they got a bunch of new baskets in, so, almost every hole has a short pin now, with the long end. So that there's so many baskets at the park now, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And
sounds like a lot of baskets.
It's a lot of baskets, but it does offer I think if for how many beginners that come, there's just it's so much easier for them to play to the one that they can see, and then flow of the course and everything during a dubs match, people can go play fine in front of us, and it just doesn't matter when they're going to the short. So I saw it work out really, really well, where I was oh, sweet. And we got all new practice baskets in as well. So over by hole 7, there's 2 again, which are really nice and kind of isolated in the park, and pretty safe spot to be practice putting in. And then we got 2 more by hole 2 again. So so many baskets on the course. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think every hole 7 doesn't have a short right now, but hole 6 has a new short. Hole 5 has a short, or no, doesn't have a short in. 4 doesn't have a short, or 4 has a short in, 3 has a short in, 2 has a short in, 1 has a short in. So yeah, it's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen one with the short and the long.
Yep.
It didn't feel particularly cramped, but that course always kind of feels kind of tight. Having all those extra baskets isn't it's not making the place feel too full.
No.
No,
No.
nice.
Like
That's
the
cool.
short ones are like so for like hole 4 for example, like there's like the designated fairway down and you like kind of try to like turn something over pretty flat, just have it barely finish and finish pretty straight. The short basket for 4 is on the left of the fairway, like behind, like almost in line with the net. So if you're anywhere near that, even a flip up shot's not really going to work out if you're touching that basket. And then for 13, which is the adjacent, it's in the bushes on the right. So like completely out of the way of like any
Sure.
shots that should be. Like maybe if you like snuck through a bush, you might be finding it, but like it'd be nothing like you're sneaking through a bush to get it. It's like,
Sure.
um, and then I think the only like big short ones that are in the way are like hole 5, but hole 5 wasn't in yesterday, and then so like for the normal ones they have like 2, you'd think it'd be pretty cramped, but it's just in all the like middle of that stuff where it's like, oh, like if you're going the big high route, you're not ever seeing it. If you're going inside, it might come into play, but it's so tucked in that like your flex or your forehand or whatever it is inside isn't finding, or like it's not in the collection zone. I'd say for that, which is good as well.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, I haven't been by North Park in honestly like a few months now, just because
It's looking great.
once summer comes, I'm so busy with
Yeah.
like running around for like tournaments and stuff like that. So yeah, cool to see, man.
How are you doing, Curb?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, week at home. No tournaments or anything this past weekend for myself. Just supporting Kayla with She-Tac and that we're gonna dive into later, which is cool. Um, I got a fun phone call. I was at the store all weekend, and I think it was like Monday. I got a fun phone call from a guy who was like, "Hey, I just shout out Frank Boyd. It was Frank Boyd. This is all like a really
Oh,
fun, positive thing. Frank Boyd does a bunch of stuff with North Park and that. I had good talk with him the other day. But he calls me and he's like, "Hey man, I just bought a basket off of I think like Facebook Marketplace or something like that." He goes, "I bought it for $60. It's a Mach X." He goes, "The thing still has the collar on it. The guy's definitely like a crack head looking guy. He goes, so this basket's definitely stolen from a course. He goes, do you know what course it would be from? And I was like, dude, I have no idea. I was like, come on, if you want to drop it by the store, I was like, I'll give you your money back for it, just like as like an appreciation, for kind of thing. And I was like, come on by and we'll find the home for it. So he brought it by, I think yesterday, and so I have it sitting back here. It has no bolts in it. Like the guy took the bolts all out, so it's just like the bucket. It's the top with the chains attached, and then the pole is probably about 6 feet tall or something like 5 feet tall. So it's just those three pieces. It's a $600 Mach X,
yeah.
so I'm pretty confident. It's from She-Tac. It's one of the I think it's one of the She-Tac baskets. I don't know what hole it was missing from. It might be like one of the practice baskets. I think I heard that like hole 3 got taken or something like that a few months ago or last year. So, um, yeah, really, really funny. Just like a funny like
Shout out
circumstance. And
Frank.
yeah, no, it's legit. And he was like, I don't really want to reward this guy, but also I want to get this back into the community. And I was like, man, I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, so we dropped it by. I have it back here in the store, just kind of waiting for. I think like Corey Parker and Christian Blakely and the Deuce bags. I'm pretty sure they're doing a bunch of stuff at SeaTac. So, um, just kind of waiting for them to come by, pick it up, and kind of take it from there. But yeah, just super super funny. People are always kind of on the lookout, and I love getting phone calls like that. So that was cool. Um, my lower back and my hip are just like continuously being sore. Ellie told me the other day that she's pretty confident that I have a sciatica, which is like a really fun word to say and like not super fun to have. It's just like a pinched nerve essentially in like my hip and kind of like lower back. So it's crazy like the stuff online to fix it is like so ridiculous because it is just like, hey, you need to rest and recoup, but also the more you lay down the worse it's going to get, so you need to be active and moving around. So it's like, am I supposed to be active? Am I supposed to rest and recover? Like what? Like I'm literally getting told to do both of these things, and too much of either is detrimental to me. So like what is the answer here,
What do you want from me?
yeah, exactly. So I'm just doing like some like hot salt baths. I have a massage gun that like I've been kind of like finding the spot and hitting when it's been really really sore, and that's been feeling really better. So just kind of like doing like little things here and there to kind of relieve it, but I've been feeling good. Um, Went to a baseball game the other night. That was super cool. Don and Kayla kind of randomly throughout on I think that was like I don't know, maybe Friday, I think that was. Don and Kayla are like, "Hey, we're going to the game tonight. What are you doing? You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about wanting to go for like a couple of weeks anyways now, so let's go." I had no idea that it was the alumni home run derby, so that was super super cool. Ichiro was out there hitting home runs. He hit like five in a row, and then he pulled like three or four foul in a row too. That would have been definitely home runs. So that was just like it was awesome. I got a video of it. We had no idea. I've never seen Ichiro swing a bat in person before. Like I didn't get a chance to see him during his playing days, so that was a really really cool moment for me, just as like a baseball fan in general. Even if I'm not a Mariners fan, through and through. Just Ichiro is such
Yeah.
an icon. So absolutely amazing. There's like a guy who won who was like his stat on the scoreboard was that he like won like the minor leaguer homer of the year or something like he had like the most homers in like a single season of triple A or double A for the
Hmm.
Mariners, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And he was jacking them, dude. This guy was like, he looked like he was still like playing ready, like type like fit situation. Like the guy was out there just smashing them. Really really fun. But so Don and I are hanging out in the bullpen area. That's one of my favorite areas to hang out at the end of the game. I love watching people just like warming up. I love watching the pitchers throw, how hard they throw for like the little effort that they put in. Just is always like, it's so cool to watch, right? And we hung out there for the home run derby. And while we're hanging out there, they have a group of kids that are just like going out to the field. They're picking up balls and then they're coming back to the dugout. And this kid's like standing right in front of me. And I go, "Hey, buddy." And he looks up and I go, "I'll give you $10 if you can give me a ball." And he goes, all right, I got you, I got you, I got you. And I look at Don, I go, "I'm gonna give that kid 20." I go, "And if he actually comes up with the ball," I was like, "This is gonna be pretty fucking cool." And the kid like runs up and he's like, "Hey, like you got the money? Like show me the money." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, come here." And he tosses me a ball, and I hand him the 20, and I got myself a Major League Baseball all like alumni home run derby ball. So,
Sweet.
dude, yeah, I was like so cool. I really appreciate that kid doing it because he did it like he was trying to be as sneaky as he could have been while being also the most obvious because I'm like 6 feet above him, right? So he's like reaching up like this to hand me this ball. So really, really cool though. Totally worth 20. I mean, I would have spent, $20 or whatever, 30. What are those like mystery boxes
Like
that they
30,
sell the,
$40 almost, I want to
yeah,
say.
exactly. So like $20 for a ball that I wanted is
Yeah.
pretty, yeah, pretty sweet. So, that felt like a pretty good accomplishment. Um, I did commentary with Justin Banks the other night on the third round, the South Sound Classic. That was really, really cool. Go check that out. Give me some feedback in the comment section. Let us know how we did and that kind of thing.
I watched it. It was good.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I was doing some stuff at work, organize like doing. There's like a big break that happens. So there's like 1,000 cards I got to go through, and each card, it's a different MLB team. So I'm like, okay, Red Sox, Yankees,
Yeah, pretty
Marlins. So I
mindless.
was like, I need to watch something. So I did listen to that. It was a great listen. You guys did good. You guys did good. It's
Thanks,
always
man.
fun. Always fun.
Appreciate it. Um, yeah, I got two more things to kind of cover here. I want to go through the Lakewood and She-Tac stats from the month of July. I want to do this more often. I kind of keep forgetting about it, so I'm going to try to remember whenever UDIS sends them my way because I do get all of the monthly impact reports for South Fork Landing and for Lakewood. But before that, I just heard a quote this week that really like I don't know, man. It kind of like I was like, that is how I feel about things. And this guy just said, he goes, "I want to be an adult the same way that tomatoes are a fruit, technically, but not really." And it just, I don't know, for some reason, I was like, yeah, that kind of hits really, really hard for me. Really, really pumped about that. So, all right. So I am looking at Lakewood at Dick Thurnell Park, July impact report from UDisc. Um, Okay, month in review. There was 1,377 rounds recorded in the month of July. 7,797 year-to-date rounds recorded at Lakewood. Um, it's minus 1% year over year. So if anything, really consistent. That's really, really close. That's really good. 637 total players, and that is 1,840 year to date, different players. And they had 18 first-time players at Lakewood in the month of July, so that's pretty cool. The most active disc golfers in terms of total rounds, we have Milkman Guy, who played 15 rounds, and then Quinn Bopp and Nick Rapier, who both played 11 rounds. The busiest day was July 3rd, and they had 82 rounds out there. That's pretty cool. 29 different visiting states and regions, and two different countries came and played, Canada and United Kingdom.
Nice.
That's kind of interesting. There's like leagues and stuff. I don't really care too much about the leagues. It looks like the hot round, as far as like round rating is concerned, was Jimmy M. Roz, who shot a 276 UDisc rating. I'm not really sure what that is as far as like.
I think 300's like not the max, but it's very good. Like it's like not 1020, but it's like close to that. I want to say, or like it's like above 1,000 or something
Yeah,
like
see,
that. It's like the U disc metric of it or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I heard it's like double and add 500 or something like that, but that would put that at like 1140 something, which might be like a little too high, I think.
No,
I know this guy. He came into the store and told me about this.
it's like
So
yeah,
that's
it's something weird like that though, where you like yeah double it and add something and then yeah. But I remember because Gannon had like a 365 or something, and
and it like broke the
they're like
ratings.
that's like a 12 or like 1300 or something. And I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah. Was that was his round with kayak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. At Lakewood, there was 2,482 birdies, 11,189 pars, and 5,875 bogeys, and 24 total aces out of 21,957 holes played.
This month or year to date for the
Just in
Aces?
July, just in the month of July. So that's pretty cool. And then we're going to go through South Fork Landing here real quick. South Fork Landing had 1,397 rounds, 599 players, and 18 first-time players, all in the month of July. IHOHOHAG Hohag had 21 rounds played. He's the most active disc golfer out there. Norwood Golf had 15 rounds. And then our guy, Nick Rapier, played 13 rounds at South Fork, too. He was the top three at Lakewood and South Fork for the month of July. That guy
He's
is
playing
out
disc.
there playing. Yeah, he's throwing some frisbees, man. Busiest day was July 26th. There was 89 rounds. Um, South Fork Landing was fifth, I believe, the fifth busiest course in the state of Washington. Last month it was or in June it was ninth. July was fifth. Um, 25 different states, five different countries. That's cool. We got Netherlands, New Zealand, Singapore, Canada. It just says and more, and instead of saying and more, you could have just told me the last country.
Yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
that's what that's lame.
Come on now. Um, Let me see here. There was that's events. Hot round was Jack Boyson 25 and Nick Rapier, who both shot a clean 300, and then Aeroby, he shot a 278 for the third. But we have two 300 clean rounds. Scoring spread went 2,114 birdies. That's good for 10%. 9,930 pars, which is good for 46%. And 6,711 bogeys, which is good for 31%. And there's three total aces out of 21,751 holes played. Pretty good. Pretty cool. If you like that segment, comment down below, and I'll go through those like pretty much like every month and kind of break down some of the stats. And if you want your UDisc name mentioned on here, go play Lakewood every day. Go play
Yeah,
South Fork every day. You just saw it was like 20 rounds of South Fork to get the most. You can do that in 10 days if you go two a day.
you can do
So
that in one day.
go challenge accepted. Go do that in one day. See what you got.
I wonder how many rounds. Be fun. Maybe I'll just
how many
stay.
you could play in one day?
Next day I have nothing to do. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
get up at like 6 a.m. and just play and pack lunch and just play and eat until
I'd
like
probably go to like
sunset.
yeah, I'd probably go to like Gold Park and count like every 9 hole loop as one round. And it's so short there. You could probably blow through like I could blow through like a 9 hole
I
of
don't
sunset
I
in like
don't necessarily
25
want to
minutes.
spend my whole day at Gold Park.
Also true, but if you go like nine, or if you go 6 in the morning until like 9 at night, that's what 12, 15 hours. If you could probably do 30 rounds, I bet at Gold Park in one day.
I think so.
That's kind of cool. I'm not for it, but I'm kind of for it. All right, we'll get right into the tournament recap. Tournament recap by
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City.
Emerald City Discs. This past week was She-Tac. This is part of the Evergreen Women's Series, women's only event. This is ran by my business partner, Kayla Signs Already, and assistant tournament director, Melissa Ketron. Message from Kayla. It was awesome to have. This is a really, really short message. I asked her, I was like, do you have anything? You know, she's like, honestly, all the same stuff. She's like, appreciate all the women coming out and that kind of thing. She did say that it was awesome to have Alec and Cora and Corey from the box squad spotting for them. Jeff Nathan also came out. She just kind of like met him in a practice round and he was like, I really want to come and volunteer and help out. So really, really appreciate all of them coming and supporting the event and helping out. I did a lesson with Kim and Derek, two of my favorite people I give lessons to, and I was really trying to encourage Kim to go out and play this event. So after we finished up our lesson, I went and caddied for Kayla for probably about an hour to an hour and a half until I had to come to the store. And Kim was just kind of like walking around with us, and Kim was so impressed. It was Kayla, it was Janice Z. Jones, it was Christine Hustis, and it was Wendy Bates, I believe was her name as well. All four of them, like amazing women. Christine Hustis is an amazing player. Janice Z. Jones, also an amazing player who throws forehands instead. And Kim was just like beyond amazed with all of them. And I think it really kind of got her kind of excited to play a tournament in the future, which is something that she's been like kind of fearful of and just kind of like nervous about. So really cool getting to kind of show Kim that environment and getting her, you know, kind of excited about it. So we're going to go through the winners here real quick. Taking down FPO was Jody Dixon. Looks like she beat out Corey Gerber Dolan in a playoff. Shout out to Naomi Suyat, who put up a scorcher of a second round, 924 rated second round. Really, really good there. And then, you know what, man? I saw Vanessa Stephanie this weekend. She's just one of my favorite people. So good to see her. Got to catch up. She showed me pictures of the baby. Amazing. So happy. So happy for her. So, winning FP60, we got Janice Z. Jones. Winning FA1, Jordan Lynn. Jordan Lynn, round 2, shot a 49, good for a 1,004 rated round. Absolutely smoked the field. She smoked everybody. She threw a -6 for the entire event, and FPO won at a -3. So Jordan Lynn, watch out for her for sure. Winning FA40, we got T Bex. Bex Ward's taking it down over Nicole Coleman and Shayna Schuerman. Kayla Signs already beat out Wendy Bates for FA50. Rachel Kortner beat out Katie Harrington and Aaron Sweeney for FA2. Melissa Ketron beat out Sammy the Tutu Mayes and Zoe Schaaf for FA3. And Madison Oaks won FA4. So congratulations to all the ladies that made it out that weekend or this past weekend. It means a lot. It really does. These are the kind of events that we love supporting and we love covering here on the KO Disc Golf Show.
12 down, it's insane.
Yeah, dude,
That's an 18 hole difference from her round 1 to round 2. That's insane.
Yeah, she like whatever she had for lunch. I gotta find out because like
Oh,
I need to go
get
get
her
me
on the
some of
show
that.
now.
Yeah. Like legit though, like that is the kind of stuff where I hear that kind of thing, and I'm like, what did you do midday?
Also,
Like, what
like,
did you do in between the rounds to kind of catch that fire? Because that's
move
awesome.
up.
Yeah. I'm sure she will in due time. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Oh, it looks like she's like 18 or like under
Yeah,
18.
damn, about time then. What are you waiting for? No, she's an amazing, amazing round though.
Yeah, it looks like she played the BC Junior Disc Golf Championship just in April this year for
Okay.
the FJ under 18.
Okay.
Oh, up and comer. Let's go.
Sick.
One of the young
Yeah, really,
talents. That's cool.
really special round. That might have been, I wouldn't be surprised if that's like her first 1,000 rated round.
Yeah,
So probably an event she's never gonna forget for that instance. So
that's
really
cool.
cool. Yeah. Also happening this past weekend was the PNW Junior Disc Golf Championship. This was taking place at Lucky Mud in Skamakawa, Washington, ran by Sarah Fletcher and Adam Fletcher. I'm going to go through the winners here in just a second, but Grant sent me a couple of messages that I'm going to read here because I always kind of like getting the voice of people who are there and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So Grant said, I'd probably give the Fletchers props for not only running a great tournament for the juniors down there, but for all the extras they did. Pizza lunch, drinks for everyone, fun games for the kids to do during the lunch break and after the rounds, ring of fire with like 50 different prizes, maybe more, CTP contests, etc. They just did a phenomenal job of hosting. And maybe a plug for the PNW Junior Disc Golf Series in general. Maybe a challenge to get some more Washington tournaments in it next year. I think all but two of the events are in Oregon. The only one really close is to the Seattle Puget Sound area as Rising Aces on 823 out in Bremerton. Other than that, they're all down south. So I'd love to see some more junior tournaments up here. We got tons of young
Mm-hmm.
players. I think South Fork Landing would honestly be like a really, really awesome spot to do it, where you can kind of make an alternate layout for all the juniors. I think it'd be cool to see something like that. He said also having three 800 plus rated juniors under 12. Armin Petrosan turned 10 today, 814 rated. Aiden Fletcher 11, 845 rated, and Pierce Reynolds 11, 880 rated. At least for another day until he pulls even Mir, whose press has been update till tomorrow. Hello. So I didn't actually read these messages. I just copy and pasted them and sent them to myself. He said no need to bring that up though. Sorry, Grant. Too late. Uh, it is pretty wild to have the presence of like three juniors under 12 all rated that high playing the same tournament, all in the area. So really really cool. That's like the next youth movement. Like we saw the Colin Bryant, the Asher Weidemans, the Carter Aarons, the Axel Olsens. Like we saw that generation of kids jump into the MPO and now are starting to almost kind of like age themselves out of here, where they're all like moving on to college and kind of like doing that kind of stuff. This is the next wave. Like those three players that I just mentioned, they're the next wave of the Axel Olsen, the Colin Bryant, the Carter Aarons kind of thing. So really, really excited to see. I bet you there's still even going to be a few names that we don't even know about yet that are going to pop up. And like I've been giving lessons to that kid Adam Snyder out in South Fork, and like week to week, I see him like figuring it out more and more. And everything we talk about, he's really like absorbing really, really well. So I have a lot of confidence that he's going to end up being like a really, really great player at some point too. So, but yeah, so going through the winners here, taking down MJ 15, we have Lucas Henry. Winning MJ 12, we have Pierce Reynolds. Winning MJ 10, Armin Petrosan. Winning MJ 8, Colin Gaducci. And then winning MJ 06, we have Pierce Peltier. So congratulations. Like I said, really, really cool seeing all the kids coming out. Yeah, a bunch of like 800 plus rated, like 12 and under kids, which is just amazing. Really, really cool. All right, time to get into the tournament look ahead.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
There can be only one World Wrestling Federation champion.
Acknowledge me.
All right, next week we have what some are calling the biggest event of the year, the best event of the year, all of it, I think. Mountain View Championship 3, presented by Emerald City Discs. This is my favorite event of the year. This is an event that I work really hard on every year and put a lot of time and effort into. We are doing the alternate layout of South Fork Landing, one round over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. Layout has been worked on over the last few years and kind of tweaked. Myself and Max Spears put a lot of time and effort into it, which is really fun. The only difference between the layout for this tournament and the layout for, what was it, the Laura Palmer that we did earlier in the year, is hole 12, which is like the original par 4 out there. I'm just kind of like changing up the way the OB line is shaped. And we're taking away all the Mandos. So you're free to kind of throw whatever shot you want to, but there's going to be like a huge out of bounds area that I think is going to scare a lot of players, which is only for the best. MPO is going to tee off like early in the morning. This is one of the tournaments where we do like pros early and then we do amateurs in the afternoon and that kind of thing. We've done this for the last few years of doing our B tier. Something I like doing. I like to be able to play my round early in the morning, and then I just camp out at the tent. Anybody that's got any questions or anything like that, I'm very present, very around for it. So should be really, really good. Dawn, Kayla, my business partners, helping run that event as well. Reach out to me if you have any questions about the layout or anything like that. Please do. All the information is currently on the Disc Golf Scene page. I put it in the comment section. I put hole notes and I put like the caddy book as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Also happening this coming weekend is the 360 Open happening out at NAD. Let me see here. Here we go. NAD's out in Bremerton. Looks like they got a pretty full field. I think this is 2 days. 2 rounds on Saturday, 1 round on Sunday at NAD in Bremerton. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a solid event. Ran by Nicole Coleman and Matthew Rogers.
Let's go.
All right, time for the weather look ahead.
Weather look ahead.
Together we can reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener future for disc golfers.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to touch upon North Bend and Bremerton here in the weather look ahead. Looking like a great week. I mean, it's going to be mid-70s.
Yeah.
Pretty much the entire week. I got minimal clouds all week too. Sunday a little cloudy. Tomorrow maybe a little cloudy. I'm not worried about rain at all for the next like few days. I got a 10% chance Sunday morning. I'm not even that worried about it, honestly. Winds looking really, really down for this weekend too. We're like peaking at like 5 miles an hour for the winds. So I'm excited. This is going to be a great weekend of disc golf out in North Bend, without a doubt there. Bremerton looking a lot of the same. Mid-70s. Yeah, that like little like 10% chance of rain. It does look like Saturday has a 20% chance of rain really early in the morning, so nothing really be afraid of. Winds are going to be down as well. So yeah, we're looking at a mid-70s, beautiful, beautiful late summer weekend of disc golf here in the great state of Washington. All right. Ooh, here we go. It's time for that breakdown. Ollie, I just sent it your way. Let me know when you get it and you're ready to jump right in. I did this one while we were talking earlier before the show. So
All right, I got it.
okay.
Okay. Let me get a little bit of a... All right. Discmania Challenge taking place in Iowa. Where the fuck is Iowa? Whoever the hell Evan Smith is, he might have just smashed his way onto Team Discmania next year, dominating the field by winning by 8 strokes over that bad mofo the Duke of Deep Putts, Gannon Burr. Austin, turn around. Every now and then I see his name up on the leaderboard. Austin, turn around. Bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. Under my Ella Hansen. Okay. Hansen wins the Disco Challenge, beating out Bearcats.
I'm pretty happy you went full song mode on that. That was awesome.
Well, I was
Really
like, when
happy
does
there.
when does this stop being the song?
It doesn't.
It did.
It just goes forever.
And then I was like, wait, another song?
Yeah. Yep. Ella Mbop Hansen. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, it's another one. Like I said, I haven't really sat down and watched this one yet. But Evan Smith, kind of a name that you see pop up on the leaderboard here and there. Not really. Like I think this is his first DGPT win, so not somebody that you would necessarily be betting on to take down an event. So to see him come out and win that by that much, win by 8 strokes over Gannon Burr, who is still very much in contention, really, really cool, really crazy. Austin Turner, Sullivan Tipton, Paul Kranz, Luke Taylor, Nicholas Antela, Evan Walker, Silas Schultz, and then we got Calvin Heimberg. Your favorite player, Jaden Rye, coming in 11th place. I know how much you love him.
My big dog.
I do want to give a very special shout out to the best player in the state, Colin Bryant, coming in 16th place at Discmania Challenge. So super cool, huge accomplishment for him. Top 20 is huge.
Let's go.
Okay, where are we at? Show notes. All right, man, it is time for Sound Off. Ollie, what's going on with them Sounders, bro?
The Sounders. Oh, so we're in the League Cup right now. We lost 7 straight including the first game. It wasn't looking that good. We came back home and we played Quartaro is the name of the club. That's a Liga Mexico club, and we won 3-0. We had Paul assist on multiple goals there. We had it was just awesome. People stepping up, playing differently it was a new life, it felt like, to this team that we've been lacking the last 7 games. It was back at home, which was cool. I don't think it was I still think there's a lot of criticisms that still need to be dealt with, not making signings, especially where the league's going on. So we're happy with this win. We have to play Chivas, which they haven't got a win yet in this like League Cup next, which is exciting. And we play on, what day is this game? Wednesday, tomorrow. Play tomorrow. Sweet. And so that'll be fun. And that's going to be at Lumen Field in Seattle. And so if we win, that would take us 2 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss, which really wouldn't be a bad spot to be in. Mm-hmm. And then when we come home when we get out of the League Cup, it's Vancouver Whitecaps, which is going to be a hard one to play because they are the number 1 team in the league, or in the West. So Sounders are doing okay. We're figuring it out, but I'm happy with it. The boys were happy, so that's cool.
Yeah. So what is this? They're 2-0-1 or 2-1-0.
1-0-1.
1-0-1 in this tournament currently.
The League
What is
Cup.
like to progress in the League Cup? Generally, do you have to go win undefeated, or can you sneak in like a loss in there and still just like recover from it and be fine?
I think it's gonna go into a knockout round.
Oh,
so like this is qualifying for this just qualifies for the knockout round. So then we'll go into there's a round of 16, and I think we'll go into a round of 16.
And then that's probably just single elimination at that point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, so it'll be cool. So there's a league
Yeah.
phase, knockout stage, and and then yeah, it'll go into bracket style. So I
Fair.
think we
Nice.
can make it still, even with the 2-1. I think it would be pretty 2-0 if we win this game. I think it'd be pretty possible, which would be cool. It'd be like, which would be kind of funny. Like we just only show up during this tournament or something. Like
Hmm.
it'd be funny.
Just like a tournament ready team, and everything else is just trash.
Yeah,
That's kind of there's something exciting about that in a way. So that's cool.
we'll see where that goes. But we're happy with the win after 7 losses, not making it 8. It was really at one point I was like, it might be 10. Well, it might
Yeah,
be 10.
that's tough. Speaking of 10, Red Sox run a 9-game win streak after their 15-game win streak that they had earlier this month. They haven't lost a series until this past weekend, since like the beginning of July. Just an unreal, incredible run from the Red Sox. Just really just like world beaters for a while there. We lost a series to the A's, which is embarrassing because they're freaking homeless. I mean, like the A's they literally don't even have a stadium to go to. Half their they're going to end up being one of the worst teams in baseball. Like the A's are just not good, so not great on that side. And then we just lost last night to the Blue Jays as well. Um, there's a lot of talk in Red Sox world about Roman Anthony coming back, Trevor Story coming back, Garrett Crochet coming back, and everybody's really excited to have these players. And I am too because they're great players, but at the same time, the number one thing that I need the Red Sox to focus on is how do we integrate these players without messing up everything that we've had going. Like we've brought in like Anthony Siegler. This guy's got the sickest nickname, Tony Seagulls, right? We bring in this guy Tony Seagulls, who's like a who the hell is this? And he's out there contributing. The guy's just like a vibes machine. He's an electric factory, and I love him. He came from like a nobody to like one of the guys on the team where it's like, well, we can't get rid of him, you know. And we have all kinds of bench pieces like Andrew Monasterio, Mona. Love Mona, another guy where it's like, you know, if Trevor Story comes back, like where's Mona's position at that point? Where does Mona play? And how do we put Mona on the bench when Trevor Story, before he got hurt, was playing like shit, and Mona's been better than him the whole time? So what is the plan to integrate these new players into these injured players into this team? Crochet is a really easy answer. You know, you just put him in the bullpen. He's not going to be, you know, have the endurance set up anyway. So if you can go out and have him pitch you a couple innings or you know, 1 inning, couple outs, like that kind of thing, totally fine there. I'd love the idea of Crochet as like a setup man, you know, or something like that. That's really, really fun. So I'm still pumped about this team. I think like, you know, they've definitely like turned the everything around completely. It kind of feels like they gave me my summer back in a way, because there was a while where I was just checked out on baseball, and my summers are very, very heavily involved around watching baseball, listening to baseball, tuning into baseball. So yeah, it feels like my summer's back, which is really just so exciting. So, yeah, finishing up the Blue Jays this weekend. I'm not even sure who we play next off the top of my head. So, all right, Ollie, are you ready for the ODP guarantee? What you got for us?
We're gonna go disc golf doubles championship at the Preserve.
Oh, easy one here.
Oh, you think it? You think?
I do.
You think it'd be that easy? No, we're taking Gannonburg and Calvin
Yeah.
Heimberg to win
Is that easy?
the doubles
What are you
championship
talking
at the
about?
Preserve.
Yeah. I mean, it's the best player in the world and a top 3 player in the world teaming up to face. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
Adam
Who cares
Hammond
at that point?
Swisaki could be make a. You know what? We're
Yeah.
gonna go Jaden Rye, Andrew Miranda.
Miranda's sneaky good.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We got my boy
Yeah.
Jaden. Hey, Jaden's
Your favorite
nice.
player? Your
He's
favorite
nice.
player, Jaden Rye? Yeah, your favorite college disc golf amateur player?
Well, he's on the pro now. He's pro now. Honestly, smart route. He's honestly thinking smarter.
Mm-hmm. No, I love it. I'm with you there, man. I definitely think they're just gonna go and like smoke the field. Do you have I don't even have the list of like FPO teams in front of me. Do you have a pick for FPO?
Our FBO pick will be. Dude, we will go. think we're gonna go. I think there's some easier one. I think we're gonna go Ella Hansen, Raven Klein for the love of the game, man.
That sounds nice. That sounds like a
I
good
think
team.
another one, Holland Hanley, or oh, never mind. I read that wrong. No, I like that. We're gonna go that.
I mean, I wish this name didn't suck so freaking hard, but Katrina Allen and Silva Saarinen, their name is just Allen slash Saarinen, which is like the weakest name of all time. But that's a pretty strong team right there. Owen Scoggins and Taylor Chosick, I kind of like that team too. Not that I necessarily think that they're gonna win. I like I think that's a strong team because Taylor Chosick can throw really really well. Owen's a great putter, so I think those two could work
Missy
together
Gannon,
really
Paige
well.
Pierce is fun.
That's a really really good one. That's one that I can also see just like popping off. I mean, Paige isn't what she's been, but
That'd be fun
she,
though. It might be fun, like confidence wise too.
yeah,
I don't know. It'll be a fun event for the weekend. A little doubles, switch it up.
it's hard to not see that. It's hard to like not imagine the Mandahano's doing well too. So cool. All right, time to answer the KO question of the week. I don't even know if I answered this or if I even asked this at the beginning of the episode, but the KO question of the week is: Are tone pole courses good for disc golf? Comment your answer down below. Ollie, do you think tone pole courses are good for disc golf?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, it's just like what it started from. It's don't think it's like, it's not like a needed. Like if you have the means to have baskets and everything like that, I mean, like, and that's what you want, it's fine. But like, I've had plenty of fun skins matches and on Thanksgiving and Christmas, like just throwing to like a fire hydrant or a tree,
Mm-hmm.
that,
Tree or
like,
something.
something that like someone will go mark put a disc in the tree and be like, it's the tree that that disc is in that we're going to, something like that where, I don't know, it's just, I mean, it is what disc golf is to an extent. I mean, we play the Jackson event, we have a donger hole where like you hit it and ding, you can just hear it across. It's really fun. So I don't know. It's where it started. I don't think it's like the end all be all, but like I'm not hating on anyone for having that. Like on your college campus, people have like an
Yeah.
ultimate frisbee course where it's like you just kind of throw it around and there's this light pole, third light pole on the left kind of thing. So I think it's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah, I'm so in on them. I love them. I think not every like short little 9-hole course has to have 9 professional baskets necessarily. Sometimes like those courses that are just like short and like fun for families and for newer players to get out and just kind of experience what disc golf is. I think having just like an object golf is like totally fine. Like realistically, is Gold Park still a fun disc golf course if they just have objects or something kind of artistic for you to hit? I think it's still fun. Like I don't think the court like the baskets there don't make me think, oh, all of a sudden this is now a professional level course. Like that's and some courses don't need to spend 4, 5, 10 grand, 8 grand, whatever it might be on disc golf baskets. Like I find them kind of unnecessary at that point. This question kind of came up because someone came in the store the other day and they watched the Fairway Media Lake Stevens round and they were like, I think that's ridiculous looking. And they were like, really like, they felt very strongly that should not exist in disc golf. And I was like, I'm very much on the other side of you, of like what you say. Like, I love the fact that Lake Stevens has those weird baskets. I don't love playing on them. And that's totally okay. I just like the variety in disc golf. I think disc golf is the game where it's still so early on in our sport that we should be able to do like weird stuff like that. Like if you had people that were like purists, like golf, if there was people that were golf purists, there would be no mini golf, and there'd be no like little stuff like that because they'd be like, well, this isn't really putting. No shit, there's not a windmill in your way when you putt. Like, but what is fun is having this
Yeah.
dinosaur over there and this waterfall. Like so, like let's do that stuff. Like this is Seattle, so if somebody were to go out and spray paint and artistically draw on I don't know, like propane tanks, like empty propane tanks or something, and that was the object where you just hit this, artistically drawn on thing and made a noise, like that's a fun time. And if you have all your holes that still make sense and they're still 130 to 250 feet or something like that, and you're playing that kind of like, there's kids that are going to love going out, there's parents that are going to love taking their kid out, and that's going to be better for disc golf long term than I think, a place like, I mean, I'm not trying to talk crap, but like a place like Kayak, where it's like it's so long and so far, that's not necessarily like gonna get new players into the sport like a 9-hole course is or like a little shorty is. So, I love them. I'm super for them. I think I'd like to see more of them in the Seattle area. I'd be really, really into it personally. So, comment down below how you feel about tone pole courses in general. All right, time for the draft, and then we will round out the episode. Draft for this week. I thought it'd be kind of fun to just draft just the holes at She-Tac. Just, straight up there. So, Ollie, do you want the first pick or the second two?
I'll take the second two.
Okay. With the first pick, I'm gonna pick. Honestly, I don't even think like this is my favorite hole on the course, but I don't know that a lot of people would necessarily say that it's the best hole in the course. And that's gonna be hole 14. I love it. It's, as far as I'm concerned, just what like disc golf is vertical obstacles. It's relatively straight shots. I love that. I think on that hole you can throw an okay shot because the gap just gets smaller and smaller until you hit the gap, and then you kind of open right up. I love playing it. Super, super fun. Is it the best hole in that course? I don't know, but it's my favorite without a doubt.
I like it. We're gonna take a pair of par fours for the next two. We're gonna go 19 and 20. 19, you're against the cement there. I just love that tee shot.
Yeah.
It is a little like I hope to get like throw the shot and just get through that first line in a way, but like I do
Yeah.
like do my best to like shape it to do that. And I think it's just a really fun shot where you want to end a little ending to the right to get super distance, but then if you end correctly, you kind of have a forehand or backhand option. With that backhand, you got to fight over the bush. Forehand, like be short enough to like just be before that tree line that kind of gets there. So I do like that hole.
That approach is really fun.
Yeah, and then hole 20, I think it's iconic with the lip, getting up there on that. It's like, oh, I want to like get my distance and I want to have controlled distance enough to be able to hit that hill and get up top on that hill, and so I think that one is iconic and cool.
Yeah. I hear so much of like kind of like the older generation likes to talk about how hard that hole used to be, and
Yeah.
how, oh man, without the laurel bush now that hole is so easy, and it's kind of that like old man curmudgeon kind of thing. And I'm like, bro, like I'm with you. Like it is way easier now, but I love that it's easier
Still
now.
fun.
Like,
Yeah, no, I'm like,
like you're rewarded for throwing a bomb up there, where before like you had to be short right or you had no opportunity at all to get in there. So I agree, that's a fun hole for sure. Um, my second pick here, I'm actually going to kind of follow right in line there. I'm going to go with hole 21. Very, very much like hole 14 in the sense, but it's just a par four. Got that little lip through the gap, so you just want to throw just the straightest shot of all time and get to kind of that tree in the middle, just ahead of it, just short of it, and then throw another just super, super straight shot, like right up to the basket. I think that's just from what I've heard from other amateur players, that's one of the hardest holes on the course, but it's one of my favorite holes at least. So, and then for my third pick here, I got to go with probably the most iconic hole in the course, and that's going to be hole 27. Regardless of left or right, I think the rock structure is a prettier hole necessarily, but I think a lot of people really, really love that kind of short left position on 27 as well. Not the hardest hole in the course, but it's one that if I'm going to go and play She-Tac, there's a really, really good chance that I'm throwing 5, 6, 10 discs on hole 27.
Yeah.
And a lot of those other holes, I'm going to throw one, maybe two, maybe three, something like that. So, but it's really, really fun to empty your bag on hole 27 there.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go. I'm kind of debating between two holes here, but I think I'm gonna just take. I know I can take two, but I have another one in mind that I want to take. So we're gonna go with hole one. Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy
Yeah, yeah,
hole
yeah.
one. 3 different positions. I think it's really fun, and I'm always
All
like,
of them are good.
yeah, which one is it in today? And I'm just kind of like exciting in that, whether it is like that down left, top right, or like, the normal position I know
Mhm.
it to be in where I see it in tournaments. So I do like that challenge. I like the shot. I like how it like when it is in that further one, it requires you to get like a little more than just like like you have to throw it where the disc's not just gonna die out once you get to those trees and have it finish kind of more towards the basket. But you can be like I've seen some cool putts. I feel like there's some iconic moments there at tournaments because it's a playoff hole and stuff as well.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
and
good pick, really. Yeah.
and then I'll talk about what I was debating with it, and then but I think I'm gonna go with hole 6. I
Yeah.
think you play OG 18 hole 1.
Yeah.
You
OG
play it.
ones.
You know when you're playing there, you kind of, at least when I imagine myself playing those 18 hole tournaments, it's like always I feel like I picture myself there to start at least that visualization, and um it's fun. I think it's like it's easy to be like, oh, like this is like one of the must get ones, but it's very really a basic disc golf hole. You're trying to get it up on that lip up there. You don't want to go too far, but you want to make sure you're not going short because it is how short of a hole it is compared to other ones. So I think mentally it's trickier than it is actually a tricky disc golf hole, but I think it's fun, and you also like you can with one of those some of those shorter drives you can still hit some good putts and stuff, and it's a
Oh
good way
yeah.
to get going.
Yeah. No, I mean, if 27 is the hole that I filmed the most shots on, hole 6 is probably the hole I filmed the second most shots on. I warm up there most of the time, so I'm
Yep.
just always throwing shots. That's a great pick. I mean, that's such a fun hole, and that's another one that is exactly like what I think disc golf should be, which is throwing through vertical obstacles. Right? Here's a defined lane and a defined gap to throw a frisbee through. Can you do this or not? Great pick. My last pick here is going to be a hole that when I think about playing tournaments at She-Tac, I probably think about this hole more than I think about any other hole. I'm always trying to think like new strategies. I'm trying to think what's the best way for me to attack this hole. And that's hole 23. As a MPO player, I'm usually starting on, hole 6, hole 7, hole 8. I'm finishing at hole 23
I
more
love
often than
23.
not. That's the final hole for tournaments. There's the left hand side gap that you can take if you want to kind of go over all the crap. There's a right hand side. That left hand side in the last few months has really grown to the point where the shot is so specific and small in the top left where I've actually just started taking the right side for the first time in 4 years. I haven't taken that right side. Now it seems like it's a much better option. So the approach shot, getting up to the basket, having that little whatever rock with like divot in front of it, having the rock, just to the right of the holly up there. There's plenty of features to that hole. That hole has given me my best moments as a player and some of my most like heartbreaking moments as a player. Taking that left side, hitting that stuff in the middle and ricocheting right is like soul crushing, right? But at the same time, if you find a way to flex through there, you can throw some of the coolest shots you'll ever see in disc golf. So, hole 23, that's kind of that one's got always going to be close to my heart. So, Ollie here he picked holes 19, he picked holes 20, he picked holes 1 and hole 6. I picked holes 14, 21, 27, and 23. Kind of funny how our last 4 picks was like OG 1, OG 18, hole 1, hole 27. Nice. It's kind of fun the
Nice.
way that worked out. Yeah, yeah.
I like that draft. We should do that more with different
Yeah.
holes. That's a good way to
We'll
fill
probably
in, talk
we'll
about
probably
some
tackle
local
more.
courses. I like that a lot.
Yeah, probably tackle more and more courses as we go, and just kind of spread the love a little.
Yeah, but that's gonna be episode 122, y'all. Kind of crazy. The more difficult the victory, the greater the joy in winning. Aim high, shoot low. See you next week. Peace.